sábados a las 7:30 p.m. hora del centro de México por PX Sports. Aquí se reúnen enfrentamientos decisivos, análisis de impacto y secuencias que muestran la fuerza y técnica de los mejores exponentes del combate.
Si lo tuyo son los deportes al aire libre, The Challenge es para ti. Descubre semana a semana las historias más emocionantes del ciclismo, escalada, triatlón y surfing. Sintonízalo todos los lunes a las 8 p.m. hora centro de México. Solo por PX Sports.
All Blacks Collection llega a PX Sports con estrenos todos los martes a las 6:30 p.m. hora centro de México. Un programa dedicado a repasar los momentos más emblemáticos, la historia, la cultura y las jugadas inolvidables del legendario equipo neozelandés de rugby. Disfruta cada semana contenido exclusivo que celebra la grandeza de los All Blacks y su impacto en el deporte mundial.
El fútbol internacional está de vuelta en PX Sports. La Vertex Cup quiere establecer...
Ladies and gents, the anthem of England and Mexico respectively, as the 22 protagonists have their greetings with each other, and the referees. Jorge Coar will be the referee, the main referee for this opening match on this round number 3 of the Vertex Cup. A lot of wind in the city of Miami as we take a quick look at the Mexico lineup. Bernal will take care of the goal. 3 in the back, Mata, Guichen, and Aguilar. 4 in the middle, starting from left to right, Jasso, Salmerón, Torres, and Galíndez, and up front, Martinez Jr., Silva, and Gomez, replacing Fernando Ruiz, who originally was going to be the starter, but due to an injury in the warm-up, it will be Felix Gomez taking the center striking position. Jorge Coar, alongside Tomás Majica, Joshua Manrufo, and John Tamayo will be the 4 referees for this morning. As we quickly wait to take a look at the England lineups, both captains, as usual, Xavier Parker and Lisandro Torres. As I was saying, the win definitely will take a crucial part of this match. There is a lot of wind. We could see it during the national anthems and even in the warm-ups. Let's take a quick look at England, how England's going to line up with Murray at the goal. Line of 4 at the back for Osifo, Fejigu, Utenbeep, and Jobling. The middle for Johnson, Parker, Senya, and Motzi. And up front, Vincent Joseph and Duca. Michel Duca, number 10, the 11 chosen by Barry Lotus. Both teams with their traditional away kits. England with the red shirt, black pants, or I should say blue pants. It's like a dark blue, and red socks. Mexico, on the other hand, with their white away jersey as well. Green pants and white socks for El Tri. There's a man, there's Felix Gomez, who managed to get a goal, the winner against Argentina on the opener round. Everything seems to be ready, ladies and gents, as the action continues. Match day 3. Ready to be underway. The whistle from Jorge Escobar. And the action kicks off. Match day 3 is underway from Florida International University. Mexico and England against each other. as we continue the action of this Vertex Cup class driven of the game commentary. As always, ladies and gents, it's a pleasure to be here. Quick throw in for Mexico as Jasso finds Mauricio Aguilar. Here's Guillen. The pressure by England. You can clearly see a 5 on the pressure, not allowing Mexico to come out comfortable. They try to do so, but they lose possession with Galíndez as England tries to get back into it with Mozzi. Good coverage in the back by Guillen, trying to clear this one out. Careful with this one, the men who managed to get the penalty in that 2-1 victory against Argentina. Vincent Joseph, who has found the back of the net. Xavier Parker, the captain for this England team. One of the most interesting players we've seen so far as well. Here's Joseph, looking to get in between 3. Quickly finds Duca. And now it's Mexico getting this one back. Gomez not able to capture. The ball is cleared away by Emmanuel. Torres. Here's Fajugu. Parker. Chance for Otavor. England decides to recycle the ball. Here's Jake Murray. Utenbeep. Here's Les. Long ball from number 14. Down the space. Could be an interesting one here towards Oscar Johnson. Trying to win in speed. Gets himself into the area. This could be the opener. Had a couple of options down the middle of the side to do it himself. Decided to finish it himself. Maybe not the best choice for number 7, but it is a good attack indeed for England on the 3 minutes of game time. It's an early warning for Mexico. And careful here as they make a mistake coming out, and it's a chance for Parker inside of the area. The ball hits the post and the rebound not able to be captured by Vincent Joseph. What a chance that was for England. Back-to-back chances. And it was actually Xavier Parker. It was actually the captain. Joseph was the one that hit it against the post. And on the rebound, the captain couldn't put that one in the back of the net. But we did mention the importance of England pressuring up top and not allowing Mexico to come out comfortable. But Mexico still tries to keep the ball on the ground. Galíndez getting it back. Gets in between 3. And if he switches sides, it could be interesting. As the referee calls an offside here. So far, a very interesting start here at FIU. All of these matches have been very entertaining, back and forth, with goals. Torres between 2, that's going to be a foul. It's a tough infraction against the captain, who goes down, and Mexico will have a chance to make something out of this one. As we hear the wind in the background, we said that's going to play a key factor, especially for whoever has the win in their favor in this first 45 minutes. Things like set pieces. As the wind could definitely have an effect on it. 5 minutes of game time. The chance for Mexico. Careful on the far post. And that's exactly where the ball goes. The header into the middle. And Mexico takes the lead under 5 minutes. As they say, 2 headers in the area usually ends up as a goal. Definitely a set piece that was prepared by Mexico, and it ends up with a reward. 1-0. Mexico up. The man that converted the goal and the 3 points for Mexico against Argentina opens up against England. And when England seemed to be the team with the chances, when they seem to be the better one, Mexico strikes. Here's Parker. Finds Jobling. And now Johnson, as England tries to get this ball back into the area. We had literally said it seconds ago. Matches with goals, actions, entertainment, and back and forth. We weren't sure from that. Under 6 minutes, and already Mexico leading 1-0, and England with 2 clear chances to score. Good combination. Here's Duca against Galindez, who commits the infraction. Referee calls it. Jobling getting himself into the middle. Finds Parker. Successfully cuts into the middle between 2 and then loses possession once again. It's Les Utenbeep coming into the rescue. Clears this one away. Torres losing possession. Good recovery by Duca. Another chance for England. Darren Motzi right at the edge of the area looking for options. It's a long cross from left to right to the possession for Oscar Johnson. Once again trying to utilize speed, getting himself into the area. As the ball is cleared away by the Mexico defense, and now England will have a chance to put another ball into the box and to possibly create some sort of danger here. Ball making his way in. Guillen clearing this one away. You can clearly see superior height for the English team there on the set pieces. Let's see how Mexico defends this one. Parker. Ball rejected by Galindez. Still alive. Mexico not able to clear it away properly. Still alive. Jobling. It's a good cross in the area. Once again rejected at the near post. Once again by Guillen. Usually very solid. See what happens. It will be Mati with his corner. Good ball towards the far post by Sergio Bernal. Comes out, captures, and quickly delivers. Parker. Johnson in possession. Looking to turn. Creates the foul here. Felix Gomez on the 6th minute so far has Mexico leading 1-0. Jobling back towards Fejugu, even more back towards Murray. Long ball from the keeper, trying to find Johnson down the space. Coverage here by Emilio Jasso. Silva finding Martinez Jr., not able to connect. Here's Fejugu finding Prince Otabor, back towards Prince. Joseph looking to hold this one. Finds Duca. It's a wonderful combination from England as the ball makes its way into the area. Not delivered properly, but it is cleared away momentarily by the Mexico defense. Yet another ball making his way into the area. This one finds nowhere to connect with. Mexico will continue to trust their instincts and to put the ball on the ground, even if that means losing it. It's a long ball from the back end. Looking for Joseph. Good header in the middle. Salmeron finding Silva. Here's Martinez Jr. looking to bring it down. Loses possession. And now the infraction once again. Jobling in charge of this one. The two center backs. Another long ball forward. This could be something promising, even though Mexico has been very, very solid as far as keeping up with their markings. Both Galindez and Jasso having to work a lot on those wings. Wonderful back heel by Lucas Silva. Here's Emilio Jasso finding Mauricio Aguilar. There's the philosophy to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible, trying to keep possession. Something that Mexico has lacked in these first 15. Not the goals, but it's been England, the one dominating so far. That's going to be a foul. Ref calls this one. Careful with this long ball. Good defensive action there by Jobling, who heads it back towards his keeper. England trying to find the right space. Mexico so far doing it pretty well. Wonderful combination. This could be something promising for the Three Lions. If they make a right, the equalizer could arrive. The chance for England! And it's Dylan Motzi with a wonderful finish. The third one was the lucky one for the Three Lions. And after two clear chances, the third one ends in the back of the net. 1-1, Mexico and England. We talked about the importance of Jasso and Galíndez on those far wings. Galíndez not able to keep up with his marking, which allowed Motzi to have a lot of room to work with. And number 17 on the 17th puts the equalizer for the guys in red. It's all equal here in FIU. It's 1-1. Let's see how Mexico reacts to this. Jack Murray with the ball. Here's Oscar Johnson. Teams being rotated are players that pretty much repeat themselves in the starting 11. Xavier Parker, Vincent Joseph, George Jobling. Even though the rotation has been there, those players have maintained their place at the starting 11 most of the times for England. Definitely the ones to keep an eye on for now. Here's Emmanuel Fajugu. Senya getting in control as he finds Parker, the captain, from long range. His confidence is up. Wanted to try it. Another 20 minutes still. 1-1. Both teams with a goal. Both teams with an early goal in this first half. And so far, a very entertaining one to be witnessing. Felix Gomez at the 6th. And Darren Motzi on the 17th so far. 2 goals in this windy morning here at Florida International University. Parker finds Joseph. And now Johnson. Jobling, even though technically he's a wing or a right wing or right back, always getting involved in the attack. And sometimes you even see him as a last man. So definitely a player that's all over the pitch. Another reason why maybe he has earned his spot in the starting 11. Almost no rotation for number 2. Here's Martinez. Definitely has to get a little more involved, and Mexico wants to produce up top. Here's Hasso. Torres looking to put a through ball down the space. Long ball from Michel Duca. Looking for Johnson, who's going to get there. It's a wonderful cross in the area, but Mexico's keeper, Sergio Bernal, anticipating the play, comes out, grabs it. Keeps it safe for Mexico. Aguilar and Christian Guillen. Risky ball from the center back. Very risky. Now the chance for England. What a chance that could have been. If only the pass would have been softer and the control would have been better. Parker, right at the edge of the box. It's a good anticipation from Guillen. Galindez losing possession. It's a wonderful recovery by Prince Otebor. Jugu recycles towards the keeper, towards Murray. Otebor. Now Quasi Senya. It's a wonderful cut from number 18, who brings a little bit of peace, a little bit of relaxation into the play, slows it down, and now Duca, once again the same recipe, down the line for Motzi, into the area, but this time he gets denied by Bernal. England pressuring up top, suffocating Mexico. Yet another ball captured by a keeper who so far has been one of the highlights of this first half for Mexico. Khalid is not able to capture, and once again England steals and recovers. Parker. Prince Otebor finding Duca. Here's Motzi. Once again Michel Duca. Possession. There's Fejugu, Emmanuel, and England feels comfortable with possession. Careful here as the center back almost loses it. It's a good pressure by Martinez Jr. Jobling crossing the equator of the pitch, crossing from fullback to fullback as Prince captures. Once again Jobling. Parker. Wonderful cut once again by Senya. England looking to build something up. Distribution wasn't quite there. And now Mexico back in possession. Let's see how long it lasts. Aguilar. Now Guillen looking to find a long ball. The referee does call the foul first. Looked like a tough infraction there against Jorge Salmerón. And we have our first booking of the match for the captain, for Xavier Parker. Sergio Bernal. And now Aguilar manages to find Hasso with the long trajectory there to have a lot of room to work with. Decided to do the early pass, but could have worked a little more with the space he had. This cross not successful, as Mexico will get back into possession. And once again, and just a reminder, the yellow card shown to number 8, Xavier Parker, the captain, after an infraction against Jorge Salmerón. So our first booking of the match will go for the Three Lions. Gonna take a quick cooling break as the temperature starts to pick up a bit here in South Florida. Here's the opener from Mexico. The wonderful set piece and the combination between Silva and Gomez. Clearly Mexico had that one prepared. You see the left hand there by Lisandro Torres with a signal that something was going to happen. And then later on, Motzi beating everyone with speed. And afterwards, a wonderful and sensational finish by number 17. That so far has had England equal with Mexico on the 30 minutes of game time here in FIU, 1-1. If we talk about possession, if we talk about actions, it's definitely been the British side has been more of a protagonist. Mexico did have one, and they took advantage of it. But still, struggling to find possession, struggling to find a good source of play. Usually that source is Martinez, who hasn't been able to get too involved. There hasn't been a single game where we've gone into the halftime with no goals. Every game has had a goal before halftime. The action continues. Once again, Jobbling with a recovery. Like I said, he's all over the place. Joseph against the world, against 4 players. Let's see if he manages to at least rescue a corner. That looked like a foul, but the referee will allow the action to continue pretty much. Emilio Hasso. Here's Salmerón. Christian Guillen, and now the keeper gets involved as well. Here's Arik Mata. Galíndez. Wonderful 360, but not successful enough. That's going to be a foul. And that could be a card as well, if the referee decides to show it. No one could say a thing. It was a promising action there for England. Maybe not the most intentional foul from Martinez, was clearly not a defender, but a foul indeed. Almost 32 minutes of game time. The chance for England. 4 men on the wall. Motzi goes through. And the chance for the 3 Lions. And it's Sergio Bernal once again responding after being called upon. Bounce right there, right before getting to him. Definitely made it a little harder than it was. Motzi. And the execution. Once again, Sergio Bernal. And that's a foul. Here's Guillen. Long ball once again towards Hasson. Not successful here from the keeper. Mexico has tried all half to pretty much keep the ball on the ground, to keep possession, bet on the passes, and try to have a fluent game, but hasn't been the case. The English pressure also has been very high, which hasn't allowed Mexico to feel comfortable with the ball at their feet, especially at the back end. Duca between two, trying to generate the foul. Here's Parker, right outside of the box. Parker finds Jobling, who wants to try it. I know he wants to try it. Doesn't have the angle to, so he has to give it away. Here's Johnson. And very good defending from Lisandro Torres. Setting this one towards the corner kick. Left hand from Johnson, right hand from Johnson. And the chance, it's a good corner. That's rejected at the far post. Still alive, another ball making his way in. And Bernal comes out and captures. Very hard not to trust his keeper. A little bit of miscommunication there between the keeper and the center backs. As the ball gets rejected, it does find the rebound on the way. Silva. Martinez Jr. looking to get through, not able to. Senya with the recovery and the foul in favor of 18. Here's Les. Finding Jobling between the marking of two. Connects with Johnson. Wonderful step on the ball by number 7. Good control. Later on, ends up with the foul according to the ref who calls it. Johnson getting through. Wonderful movement by Jobling. This could be something interesting for England. Let's see if they make something out of it. Wonderful ball into the area. Johnson not able to connect properly. Once again, Motzi, the man in charge of the quarter. It's a wonderful header right into the back of the net. We talked about the importance of the height for the English team, and he becomes a factor on the score. Prince Otobor and the Mexico defense could do nothing about this guy, who wins on the air and makes things 2-1 in favor of England. Look at that difference in height. Absolutely no one can match that on the Mexico side, and the direction of the header as well plays a key factor. And on the 37th minute, number 3 makes it 2-1. Mexico leading 1-0, and England managing to turn it around with less than 10 to play on this first half.
Assisted by number 17, equalizes. In the 37th minute, 2-1 Mexico.
Let's see how Mexico responds. As the ball was making its way towards Gomez, it gets cut off by Les. Parker losing possession, and the recovery by Silva, who now tries to find Martinez. Wonderful coverage by Jobling. Kawasi Senya. England has had a lot of freedom to play, especially on the middle. Salmiron decides to recycle it all the way back towards the keeper, towards Bernal. Not a good delivery as Johnson puts it back into action. Joseph and Parker combine. Here's Joseph looking to put it down the space, but it gets blocked. Good recovery and rejection by Guillen. Once again, Senya finding Jobling. England showing a lot of composure when it comes to recovering the ball. Mexico so far having a lot of trouble creating any sort of danger against the Three Lions. Parker. And Jobling, who's all over the pitch. We've seen him on the left, on the right, on the middle, up front, backwards. It's a multifunctional player. Senya. Parker. Looking for Johnson. But it's a good job here by Hasso with the recovery, who now goes back and recycles as well. Wants to start over. Wants to start fresh. Torres. And a very promising ball down the space for Galindez, but it's the goal scorer who gets there first. And now back in possession with less than 5 to play on this first half. England leads 2-1. That's a foul. And it will be something else as well. So Parker and Salmiron both in the referee's book. Promising ball towards Johnson, who steps into the area. And Arik Mata, who originally tried to bring it down for the keeper with his chest, but when he saw that he didn't have enough time, just decided to get rid of it. I think it was the smartest choice there by number 16 on the far right side. It will be a corner for England. And once again, take a look at that height of the English team compared to Mexico. Definitely a huge difference between the two sides. They're going to play short. And now another cross into the back post. And it's Emmanuel Fejugu who manages to connect the header, but it hits at the back of Guillen, who makes technically a very important save here because that ball was going directly towards goal. Now England with another corner now from the other side. And once again, Matzi, the man in charge of it. It's a short ball. Johnson with a wonderful cross. And the connection there, not the best one for England, who again, they managed to beat Mexico on every single air ball so far. It's been very difficult for El Tri to match the height of England. Galindez clearing this one out. England in possession. 3 goals so far. On this first half. It's a very long ball looking for Johnson, who's going to have a lot of room to work with here. Joseph already waiting inside of the box for a possible header. Here's Jobling. Parker makes himself available. Parker with the shot. Joseph with the rebound. The ball is cleared away by the Mexico side, taking a ricochet right afterwards on Joseph himself. Mexico will take this goal kick. Here's the goal once again. Look how free. And look how he barely has to jump in order to beat the Mexican player there on the marking. We know the set pieces have played an important factor on all goals so far, but especially the first for Mexico and the second one for England.
The fourth official has indicated there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time.
2 minutes of added time here at FIU Soccer. The chance for Mexico to possibly find an equalizer right before halftime. The cross was with a good intention, but the execution itself wasn't the best one, as Emilio Jasso appreciates the effort. Careful here. Gomez in the area looking to make that one. an individual play, not able to. And now England, when they have room, they can hurt. Here's Motzi. The overlapping run by Otavor, who tries to put it in the area where it hurts, but the ball takes a deflection. Good coverage there, not only by Mata, but also from Guichen as well. Joseph going down. I didn't see a penalty. He let himself go there. Final 10 seconds. Their halftime whistle from Jorge Escobar here at the Florida International University Soccer Stadium. And it's England with goals from Motzi and Osifo leading Mexico 2-1 after being 1-0 down. The Three Lions managed to turn it around and they head into the locker room with the lead. Entertaining match, back and forth, many goals, saves from the keepers.
El fútbol internacional está de vuelta en PX Sports. La Vertex Cup quiere establecer un nuevo referente en el desarrollo juvenil, reuniendo a las mejores selecciones juveniles. México, Estados Unidos, Argentina e Inglaterra se enfrentan en una nueva edición que sacará chispas. Disfruta esta competencia del 16 al 22 de abril, solo por PX Sports.
Prepárate para la acción más extrema. Sintoniza y vive la experiencia solo en PX News El Salvador. Vive la acción más extrema en PX News con María José Ulloa y Andrea Santamaría. Todos los miércoles a las 7 de la noche, hora México, a través de PX Sports.
Fight Lives te espera todos los viernes a las 8 p.m. hora del centro de México por PX Sports. Un programa que revive las peleas más intensas, los momentos decisivos y las historias detrás de los grandes combates. Cada episodio te lleva al corazón de la acción con lo mejor del mundo del combate.
La E1 Series regresa este 25 de abril a las pantallas de PX Sports. El Aoki Racing Team inauguró la temporada con una nueva victoria en suelo saudí. Ahora nos trasladamos al lago Como, en tierras italianas, para la segunda fecha del campeonato. Y lo podrás vivir aquí, solo por PX Sports.
¿Sabes por qué Direct English Online puede cambiar tu vida? Porque ya son más de 30,000 personas en toda Latinoamérica que han cambiado su futuro profesional y personal. Y ¿sabes qué es lo mejor? Que puedes elegir el horario que más te convenga, desde las 6 de la mañana hasta el último horario que finaliza a las 10:20 de la noche. Cambia tu futuro ya con Direct English Online.
¿Quieres vivir más adrenalina y el contenido exclusivo de tus deportes favoritos? Síguenos en TikTok y no te pierdas ni un detalle de todo lo que te trae PX Sports. Este 25 de abril, la FMS Internacional se vivirá en PX Sports. Los mejores exponentes de las batallas de rap se enfrentarán en suelo mexicano para coronar a un nuevo campeón. leyendas, jóvenes promesas y talento en ascenso listos para sacar sus mejores rimas. Recuerda que la FMS está solo aquí en PX Sports. ¿Quieres vivir más adrenalina y el contenido exclusivo de tus deportes favoritos? Síguenos en Facebook y no te pierdas ni un detalle de todo lo que te trae PX Sports. El fútbol internacional está de vuelta en PX Sports. La Vertex Cup quiere establecer un nuevo referente en el desarrollo juvenil, reuniendo a las mejores selecciones juveniles. México, Estados Unidos, Argentina e Inglaterra se enfrentan en una nueva edición que sacará chispas. Disfruta esta competencia del 16 al 22 de abril, solo por PX Sports. ¿Quieres vivir más adrenalina y el contenido exclusivo de tus deportes favoritos? Síguenos en Instagram y no te pierdas ni un detalle de todo lo que te trae PX Sports.
Una ola puede cambiarlo todo. Más de 350 atletas, 17 países, una sola misión. La medalla de oro, que te lleva directo a Lima 2027. Y además, 72 cupos a los Juegos Centroamericanos y del Caribe. No te lo pierdas. En vivo desde Venao, del 24 de abril al 3 de mayo. Te invita Panamá y Pan Deportes.
La E1 Series regresa este 25 de abril a las pantallas de PX Sports. El Aoki Racing Team inauguró la temporada con una nueva victoria en suelo saudí. Ahora nos trasladamos al lago Como en tierras italianas para la segunda fecha del campeonato. Y lo podrás vivir aquí, solo por PX Sports.
¿Sabes por qué Direct English Online puede cambiar tu vida? Porque ya son más de 30,000 personas en toda Latinoamérica que han cambiado su futuro profesional y personal. Y ¿sabes qué es lo mejor? Que puedes elegir el horario que más te convenga, desde las 6 de la mañana hasta el último horario que finaliza a las 10:20 de la noche. Cambia tu futuro ya con Direct English Online.
Pero realmente nadie ve el lado psicológico, ¿no?
Ya cuando estés arriba desempeñando tu trabajo, ahí sí échale ganas.
Aluche, DJ, para toda la banda.
Pues súper cansadas, súper adoloridas.
Pues hablando de temas de salud mental, en el deporte les comento
Que te sentiste menos, baja autoestima, algo que te afecte emocionalmente.
La verdad sí hay rivalidad.
De que entremos ya a una parte como más relajada. Historias, entrevistas. Pueden dejar en las redes sociales cualquier noticia, cualquier curiosidad. Les traeremos todos los detalles, así que no se lo pueden perder.
Vive la adrenalina, la velocidad y los terrenos más extremos junto a los pilotos que se atreven a conquistar lo imposible. Sintoniza La Travesía todos los martes a partir de las 6 p.m. hora México. Abriendo pista solo por PX Sports.
¿Buscas las novedades y las últimas noticias de tus deportes favoritos? Entonces PX News es para ti. Un espacio donde encontrarás entrevistas, cápsulas e información al momento del mundo de los deportes de acción. Acompáñanos todos los martes en vivo a la 1 p.m. hora Centro de México. Solo por PX Sports.
La cultura del surf llega con más fuerza con la nueva temporada de Surfing República. Déjate llevar por el ritmo de las olas todos los jueves a las 8:30 p.m. hora Centro de México. Noticias, eventos, entrevistas y el mejor contenido del surfing lo encuentras solo aquí en PX Sports.
Este 2026 el fútbol llega a las pantallas de PX Sports. En vivo y en exclusiva, toda la temporada de la Liga de Gibraltar. Sé parte de la emoción, la intensidad y la belleza del balompié europeo, solo por PX Sports.
La acción del fin de semana encuentra su mejor escenario en Total Combat. Transmitido los sábados a las 7:30 p.m. hora del Centro de México por PX Sports. Aquí se reúnen enfrentamientos decisivos, análisis de impacto y secuencias que muestran la fuerza y técnica de los mejores exponentes del combate.
Si lo tuyo son los deportes al aire libre, The Challenge es para ti. Descubre semana a semana las historias más emocionantes del ciclismo, escalada, triatlón y surfing. Sintonízalo todos los lunes a las 8 p.m. hora Centro de México. Solo por PX Sports.
All Blacks Collection llega a PX Sports con estrenos todos los martes a las 6:30 p.m. hora Centro de México. Un programa dedicado a repasar los momentos más emblemáticos, la historia, la cultura y las jugadas inolvidables del legendario equipo neozelandés de rugby. Disfruta cada semana contenido exclusivo que celebra la grandeza de los All Blacks y su impacto en el deporte mundial.
El fútbol internacional está de vuelta en PX Sports. La Vertex Cup quiere establecer un nuevo referente en el desarrollo juvenil, reuniendo a las mejores selecciones juveniles. México, Estados Unidos, Argentina e Inglaterra se enfrentan en una nueva edición que sacará chispas. Disfruta esta competencia del 16 al 22 de abril, solo por PX Sports.
In a very windy South Florida morning, England at halftime leading Mexico 2-1, goals by Motzi and Otabor. Felix Gomez opening up the scoreboard for Mexico. So far, those have been the emotions here in the FIU soccer stadium. Some people making their way in to watch some soccer. If you're wearing a hat, make sure you hold it tight. Make sure it doesn't fly away. The U.S. and Argentina will continue this match day number 3, when the Stars and Stripes take upon La Albiceleste. So far, 2 bookings on this first half. Xavier Parker and Jorge Salmerón, the 2 bookings. Just waiting for the two protagonists to get back on the pitch. Mexico looking like they have the same starting 11. Started, come out here for the second half. The halftime show taking a little more than expected.
Looks good.
Well, looks like we're set. Looks like we're ready. Referee counting, making sure numbers are right. Goals by Motzi and Otavor so far has England leading 2-1. The whistle by the referee Jorge Escobar. The second half action is underway here at the Florida International University Soccer Stadium. Match day number 3 for the Vertex Cup. And so far, England leading 2-1. Klaus German on the game commentary. It's a pleasure to be here, as we did on match day number 1, match day number 2. And we're here today completing this round of the Vertex Cup. Mexico with a substitution at halftime. Arik Mata leaving the pitch, replaced by Gael Aguilar. Let's see what England can do on this one. Jugu getting involved. Finding Duca back towards the center back. It's a wonderful control by Parker. Finding Jobling. England in control, in possession. Mexico chasing the ball. Here's once again Duca stepping on it, looking to turn, does it very well. Tries to utilize speed here. Salmerón, who's on a yellow card, has to block him. And it's Gael Aguilar, the substitute, who makes a foul here, very close to the area. We'll see what England can do on this one. What we've seen, what they've done before on every set piece, and they definitely have something prepared. Here's Parker with a shot on target, but once again a very secure Sergio Bernal manages to capture that one. Mexico tries to surprise here. Long ball towards Hasso, not able to control properly. Parker. Joseph back towards Parker. Not able to control it properly and not able to get a good shot on target. Even though he does get it, it's easily secured by Bernal once again. Joseph. England with the same recipe as they had in the first half, where it's all about pressuring Mexico, not allowing to come out comfortable, and therefore stealing the ball very close to the attacking position. Does exactly what England has done all game long. Mexico hasn't been able to sustain that pressure yet. Martinez Jr. with a wonderful dribbling. Galindez against the marking of Otavor. Little shake and bake for number 17. Looking to put it back into action. He does indeed, but doesn't find anyone in that box. Mistake in the back, and the chance for Vincent Joseph to find the back of the net. Not the best delivery from Mauricio Aguilar. Very unfortunate one from Mexico's defense. And the mistake allows England to take a 2-goal lead on the 51st minute. The Three Lions lead 3-1. Vincent Joseph with back-to-back goals got one against Argentina and is once again hitting the scoreboard this morning. Very unfortunate for Mauricio Aguilar. The ball took a bounce as he was about to pass it. It definitely took a lot of power away from that pass. Very long ball here, looking for Galíndez. Salmerón. Ball towards Galíndez. Wonderful combination. Mexico looking to get back into the match. Good ball in the middle. Silva not able to get a good strike on it. Joseph, between two, managed to get away. Does it all himself. What a tackle. An impeccable tackle from Christian Guichen. Very risky, but very successful. From one of the top performers, game after game for Mexico, Christian Guichen. Here's Parker, looking to get a range, looking to get a shot. Gets blocked. No foul. Another shot from long range. And yet another crucial save to keep Mexico in by Sergio Bernal. Mexico will put two more substitutions on the pitch. Gabriel Reyes making his way in. Emilio Jasso, one of the players to abandon the pitch. Also Eric Ruiz. Making his way in, replacing Mauricio Aguilar, who just made that crucial mistake. Very unfortunate because it was a very good game from the center back, but got very unlucky with that action. Mexico will have the chance to cut one back here and to make it a 3-2 game with still more than 30 minutes to play. Let's see what they can do on this one. Ball making his way in, the header by Gabriel Reyes. Long throw in from Otobor. Combination between Joseph and Matzi. Matzi who tries to find Joseph. There's a substitution that we mentioned earlier. Gabriel Reyes replacing Mauricio Aguilar. The one with the mistake there and the bad pass towards the keeper. And of course the other one, Emilio Jasso, replaced by Eric Ruiz. Wonderful movement here by Fejugu. Here's Emmanuel. Finds Kawasi Senya. Long ball from Senya. It's a promising one towards Johnson, who's going to have the marking of Eric Ruiz right on top of him. It's a good cross. Looking for Joseph. The ball not cleared away the first time, but not cleared away the second time as well. But the third one is a lucky one. Gomez against the marking of 2. This with a good shake and bake there. Wonderful cross in the area. A chance from long range by Salmeron. Gets blocked. Long ball. Looking for one of the goal scorers. Here's Dylan Matzi, who was able to bring the game back into an equalizer on the 17th minute, matching his jersey number. Here's Parker. Wonderful run there by Ruiz. A lot of room for number 21. The marking by Jobling, who tries to get in front of that cross. Now it's 2 on the marking. And Eric Ruiz loses possession. A very good coverage by one of the players we highlighted throughout the match, throughout these 3 matches that England has had. One of the players that didn't get involved in the rotation. He always started. And now we know why. Senya finding Parker. England deciding to opening up the ball. It's a good chance here. A couple couple of other options on the far left side as well. No one able to see those. Oh, ball, says the ref here. Parker. Here's Senya. Motzi. Now the ball going towards Johnson. On the far right side, once again, Motzi getting in control of it. England ready to make 3 substitutions. Here's Michel Duca once again between the marking of 3 players. Finds Otobor. Now the tough infraction from Galindez against Otobor. Referee who didn't hesitate and show the yellow card right away. Here's the replay. A little too late from number 17.
Substituting for England. Out number 9 is Joseph. In number 4 is Henry. Out number 17 is Enrique. In number 11 is Clark. Out number 2 George Dudley. In number 12 Theodore Harrington.
So a couple of substitutions for England. We're going to go over them in just a second. It's a good ball making his way in. Rejected at the near post, and now the ball cleared away by Ruiz. Here's Senya. So Theodore Carrington replacing George Jobling, one of the substitutions. Also, Heaven Kilwa replacing goal scorer Vincent Joseph. Well, it looks like Vincent's still on the pitch. Maybe the stadium boys got that one wrong. Looks like he's still in. Long throw in here for Mexico. Martinez between the marking of 2, loses possession here. Duca able to hold the ball pretty well, loses possession here. And the referee calls a foul. Combination on the far right side for England. Couple of players getting involved. One of them is Michel Duca. Here's a substitute. Here's Kilwa. Looking to cross this one in. It's a promising cross towards the far post. Johnson, who tries to keep it inbound and successfully does so. Looks like his shirt is being pulled there. Theodore, and there's an offsides. Vincent Joseph gets booked for kicking the ball after the whistle had marked the offsides. Looks like Mexico will perform some substitutions as well. Looks like Dylan Reyes, Paxton Ruffin making their way in. A windy morning in South Florida as we are approaching the 70th minute. And England with a comfortable 3-1 lead against Mexico. England to be one of the teams that stays undefeated in this competition. They did lose to the US in a penalty shootout, but as far as the 90 minutes involves so far, they have won 2 and they have tied 1. Now England will expect Argentina to possibly defeat the US, which will allow England to finish first in this Vertex Cup. With that ball making his way in, some players asking there for a possible hand. Gael Aguilar. Mexico trying to apply some sort of pressure there, not allowing England to come out comfortable with the ball. And now the infraction by Paxton Ruffin. There's a substitution. Lisandro Torres being replaced by Dylan Reyes, and also the goal scorer Felix Gomez being replaced as well. By Paxton Ruffin. Dylan Reyes and Paxton Ruffin both making their way in. We're going to see some substitutions for England as well as we head into our cooling break.
We will take a pause in the action for a hydration break.
As we know, winning in the 90 minutes gives you 3 points. Winning in a penalty shootout gives you 2 points. Losing in a penalty shootout but tying in the 90 minutes gives you a point. A little bit of information of the format utilized on this Vertex Cup 2026.
Substitutions for England, out number 7. Oscar Johnson, in number 21, Trey Barromo Adebayo. Out number 10, Miguel Yuga. In number 20, Hayden Kusu. Out number 3, Prince Odobor Osipo. In number 5, Bobby Martin.
Substitutions
Out number 15, Emmanuel Scope. In number
for
20,
England.
Rory McHugh. Out number 9, Vincent Joseph. In number 19, Michael Bernard.
Trey Adebayo making his way in.
Number 8, Xavier Parker.
Jaden Kosu making his way in as well. Bobby Martin. Rory Sickens.
73rd minute.
Milo Bernard. And Toju Wellspring. Substitutions for England. Out Johnson. Duca. The goal scorer Otavor. Fejugu also out. Vincent Joseph, who had just been booked, also out. And Xavier Parker, the captain, also out. The substitutions for the Three Lions as we head into the last 15 here at FIU Soccer Stadium. Here's Martinez Jr. between the marking of 2. Loses possession. Now the chance for Adebayo. Infraction against Eddie Grease. Here's Christian Guillen. A long delivery. Another reception by Martinez Jr. It's a good cut by number 10. Looking to put that through ball. Looking to find Lucas Silva. Reyes with the recovery. Trying to send a long ball. Now Theodore Carrington. With a risky header, but very successful. Right into the hands of Jack Murray. Long ball. Eric Weiss tries to get out of this corner. Good pressure by Trey Adebayo. Manages to win the throw in here. Good header defensively. Reyes to get this one out. Here's Kilwa. Number 11 with it. Inside of the box. Looking for the shot. The great response by Sergio Bernal. And afterwards, chance ends in a goal kick. England had the 4th one. Once again, a very, very focused Sergio Bernal denies it. Jaden Kasu, one of the authors of the goals against the U.S. He's not able to put that one behind the net. Here's Rory Sickens. Now Murray. Back towards Sickens. Now Bobby Martin. Kasu getting in contact with the ball as well, as it is cleared away. Here's Kilwell looking to turn. Needs to open it up, and that's exactly what he does. The ricochet there favors England as they keep possession of the ball. It's a promising through ball. The shot! And an impeccable finish for the Three Lions. Milo Bernard, the originally starter for the English team versus the U.S. on opening day, manages to get one of the goals of the tournament. Absolutely nothing Sergio Bernal could have done about that one, and the Three Lions with a convincing win, 4-1. What a morning full of goals it has been. Some of the Mexico players, they're asking for an offside. It is very questionable. The linesman kept his flag down. Milo Bernard took care of business.
4-1 England.
England take care of business and they wait. Wellspring goes all the way backwards. Here's Motzi. Kasu. Now the chance for Bobby Martin, looking to get through, not able to. The ball still in his possession. Here's Senya. Between the marking of two players, loses possession in the recovery by Gael Aguilar. Here's Reyes. Not a good distribution. And now another chance for England as Gabriel Reyes comes to the rescue. Good recovery by number 20. Looking for Galindez. England in possession. As we get to play the last 10 minutes of regular time here in FIU. Senya. Not a good distribution by number 18. Another chance for Mexico to create something out of this one. Martinez with a no-look pass, gets intercepted by Josh Henry. Kilwa losing possession, and here's Paxton. Ruffin gets away from 2. Looks for different options, looks for the shot, puts the through ball towards Aguilar. The cross from Aguilar is a good one, but no one there to take advantage of it. Reyes back towards Aguilar. Tries the through ball, but it gets blocked. Very good defensive action there by Bobby Martin. Very solid work from number 5. Right hand from Martinez Jr. And a chance for Mexico. It's a wonderful ball. Now, the counter from England. And this could be number 5 on the foot of Kilwa. Kilwa with an impeccable finish. A deadly counter from the 3 Lions. And absolutely nothing Mexico could have done about this one. 5-1. And England finishes off with a perfect performance. Undefeated. In this Vertex Cup 2026. Marvelous performance by the 3 Lions.
In the 84th minute, 5-1 England.
Here's Paxton Ruffin. In the back with Josh Henry. Lineups are ready. In less than 12 minutes, England will keep the eye on what's coming up next. Argentina and the U.S. The U.S. with a chance to win the group with the perfect number as the ball makes its way into the area. And the header by Kusu, a little bit above the crossbar. So again, England with a chance to finish first with 7 points, or the U.S. will be the ones to take the first place. We'll see what happens as Argentina and the U.S. coming up next. Paxton Ruffin goes down. It's a very tough foul there from Bobby Martin, who goes into the referee's book.
Yellow card is substitute as England's number 5 in the U17.
There's a tough infraction. Number 5, who goes right into the referee's book as we approach the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. The chance for Mexico. It's a wonderful ball by Martinez Jr. Gets cleared away. Now careful, because this shot ended up turning into a ricochet. Ball still inbound, but it is England who recovers. And now another yellow card. It's time for Lucas Silva.
Yellow card issued to Mexico's number 8 in the 88th minute.
I don't think we'll have much stoppage time here. Scoreboard that definitely has been decided long ago. England not advancing and Mexico not pressuring. There's a foul there called from the referee. Rory seconds back towards Josh Henry. England in possession in these last couple of seconds. Definitely the better team. Mexico encountered themselves with an early goal. It's a wonderful setup, a wonderful set piece. But it wasn't enough for El Tri. Is England found the equalizer, not too much after that. And later on just kept going, scoring and scoring and scoring. A machine from the British side. And again, England will finish this tournament with 2 wins and a draw. Yes, they did lose against the US in a penalty shootout, but as far as the 90-minute concerns, England leaves undefeated from the Vertex Cup 2026. 1 minute of stoppage time, so until minute 91 we'll go. Very long ball here. Here's Sergio Bernal. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. The final whistle from Jorge Escobar and it's the 3 Lions. The English boys with a crucial victory, 5 goals to 1. An impeccable performance from England, who will finish this Vertex Cup 2026 undefeated. In the minute 5, Felix Gomez with the opener. Motzi tied it up not too long after. And Otavo right before halftime, making it 2-1. Afterwards, it was simply a goal-scoring machine. Joseph on the 51st, Milo Berner on the 79th, and Heaven Kilwa on the 84th. 5 goals to 1. The final result here at the FIU Soccer Stadium. Coming right up, the highlights to win this. The goals and best moments from this match. Coming right up, Argentina and the U.S., so stay tuned for that as well. And it was Mexico with the set piece that started off leading the scoreboard. Wonderful ball towards the far post. The run, the header into the middle, and like the side, like they usually say, 2 headers inside of the area usually ends up as a goal. On the 17th, number 17, Dylan Motzi with a wonderful run by himself, taking advantage of all that space, holding onto the very last second and putting that ball where Sergio Bernal could do absolutely nothing about it. Prince Otobor finding this header. Good execution by Motzi, who got himself a goal and an assist. And Prince by himself, taller than everyone else. Another mistake, this time at the back of Mexico. Mauricio Aguilar with a poor delivery. Nothing the keeper could have done about this one. Vincent Joseph gets there first, and a good finish by number 9. At that point, England with a 2-goal lead, making it 3-1. Milo Bernard and a wonderful finish by number 19. Impossible for Sergio Bernal, who despite the 5 goals had a very important saves. And of course, this last one, the impeccable through ball from Senya, and the finish by Heaven Kilwa. 5-1, the final result in favor of England on match day 3 of the Vertex Cup. The final whistle. And this is how the standings are. As we were saying, England leads as of now with 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in a penalty shootout. US with 5 points, 3 for Mexico and 0 for Argentina. If the US ties or loses, England will be the winner as long as the US doesn't win in a penalty shootout, because that would give him another 2 points and that would end up tied with England. So it all depends what happens at the last match between Argentina and the US. Of course, Argentina with no chances at all, but the US with the win, they go to 8, they pass England and they win this group. With the win on the penalty shootout, they equalize England with 7 points. Mexico had the chance to move to 6 with the win and expect Argentina to take points away from the US, but that wasn't the case. All teams coming into match day 3 with a chance to win the group, except of course Argentina, who had a very good performance on the opening round against Mexico, leading 2-0. Mexico ended up coming back 3-2, and that left the Argentines with no chance whatsoever. Ladies and gents, the final result, England 5, Mexico 1. We log off for now, but coming right up, Argentina and the US. Stay tuned.
Este 2026 PX Sports acelera sin frenos. La adrenalina se vive en el mar con E1 Series, Surfing República y Conexión Surfing. El rugido de los motores y la velocidad al límite con Fórmula Drift, Abriendo Pista y 400 Thunder. Mantente siempre un paso adelante con Mundo PX Sports, PX News, Sudor y Gloria y La Hora de la Bestia. Las batallas que encienden al mundo llegan con la FMS World Series. Las hazañas que desafían lo imposible en Jackalope Fest, Freeride World Tour y el World Skating Tour. toda la temporada de la Liga de Gibraltar en exclusiva. Y las historias que inspiran, contadas por los protagonistas en nuestras series originales. Más acción, más emoción, más adrenalina. ¿De verdad te lo vas a perder? El fútbol internacional está de vuelta en PX Sports. La Vertex Cup quiere establecer un nuevo referente en el desarrollo juvenil, reuniendo a las mejores selecciones juveniles. México, Estados Unidos, Argentina e Inglaterra se enfrentan en una nueva edición que sacará chispas. Disfruta esta competencia del 16 al 22 de abril, solo por PX Sports.
Prepárate para la acción más extrema. Sintoniza y vive la experiencia solo en PX News El Salvador. Vive la acción más extrema. En